Hi there, welcome back to the Ladies of the Brown Table podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Brown, and in today's episode, I had the privilege of having my very best friend on. So sit back, relax, and listen to us as we talk a little bit about music and just tell some great stories. Thank you so much for listening and enjoy the episode.
That was crazy.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was super fun.
Sorry, it was like really crackhead energy.
Hi, welcome back to the Ladies of the Brown Table podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Brown, and today joining me in episode 4, the first episode of 2025, is my very best friend, Sweden!
Hi! I'm so excited to finally be on your podcast. This is going to be fun.
I know, it's so exciting. I think this has been like a thing since like October, but yeah. I've only popped out 4 episodes when they're supposed to be every other week, but you know, life gets busy.
Hey, still. At least you're getting them out, man.
So in today's episode, we'll be talking a little bit about music, our writing projects that we're doing right now, and the key to our Christ-centered friendship. How long have we been friends? We were talking about it the other day.
What? Was it, did you say 8 years? I want to say 8 years so bad.
8 or 9 years, yeah. It's been
But we didn't actually, officially start really talking until,
last year.
7 months ago.
Yeah. So, how are you? How are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm kind of actually nervous to be on your podcast.
We just came from our writing club, which was
super.
Stories were great. I'm excited for the next story, but we can talk about that here in a little bit. Sweden and I have known each other for 9 years, which is crazy to me. What is your earliest story of us meeting? How did we meet? And just tell me a little bit about yourself, what you like to do for fun. I want to know everything.
Okay, well, I will say I don't exactly remember how we met. I just remember you and I and Grace. I just remember you just showing up, your whole family, for Aaron's birthday at the gathering, and it was you knew Grace, so we all just kind of sat in a pew together. And I remember the last part of the church where Aaron was I think there's some birthday cake back there, and your brother Jack, he screamed so loud, I don't even remember what he said, but he was just so loud, and he screamed, and everyone was what just happened?
That's crazy.
I think that was my earliest memory of you guys, and that was the first impression too of your family. I'm this family's crazy. But now that I've got to know you guys, I'm man, I'm just as crazy as them.
Just that homeschool weirdness, for sure.
Yeah, come on.
We've grown a lot in the past couple months, and it's been so awesome because I always was I really like that girl. She's fun. She doesn't care what people think about her, and I was I want to be like Sweden when I grow up. And now I'm learning from the master herself. It's crazy. So, have you had a song of the week, or just a song you've been listening to on repeat recently?
There is a song, actually. I was thinking about that. What is it called? I listen on repeat for ever, but I can't remember. It's called, I remember, it's Solo by Clean Bandit. I haven't heard of it either, but I heard it on a short and I was it's really catchy, and so I started listening to it, and it's this repeat thing. It's just, I love the beat to it. That's so the main thing for me in music. I love the beat to things, and it kind of sets the mood for my day. If I'm listening to super upbeat, happy music, guarantee I'm going to be super happy and upbeat. Sometimes when it's that sad song comes on and I'm oh, my life.
The song is happy and upbeat and you're just what happened?
Do you have a song of the week?
There's a couple. I'll give you my top 5.
Yes.
Benson Brune, Pretty Slowly, Call My Name, Graham and Henrik. Obviously, the Sailor song by, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that song's mad catchy, and it's so good.
Wait, you mean the viral one going on?
Yes, wait, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes.
Cypress was singing it yesterday, and I was and then Stick Season by Noah Khan.
Yes, I love that one.
So good.
It's funny. Me and Cypress used to sing that song all the time. And when they get to the part where he says he'll drink alcohol till his friends come home for Christmas, me and Cypress would always say we'll drink apple juice because it rhymed. Huh?
We say orange juice.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it just rhymes. So we're like, come on, it works.
And then I think those 4. And then for my last one, The Original Stages by Joseph O'Brien. It's not released, but it's so good.
Oh,
I just discovered that like a couple weeks ago. So
really?
we're gonna switch gears just a little bit, and we're gonna talk about a writing project. Which
Oh,
so the writing challenge was actually my idea, and then Sweden was like, "Well, my cousin and I were already doing like this flash story thing. Do you want to do it on top of that?" And now we have a cute little trio, and it's just
it's so awesome.
it
You know,
is.
I've actually I've always wanted to have a club, but like when I was young, it was always the ideas when I was younger, and I didn't have a phone then. I always had to use my mom's, so it was so complicated. So I was like, I wouldn't do it. But now that I have a phone, I created 3 different clubs in like one day because I was like, hey, do you want to do this? And then we connect to those people, and then I'm like, dang. Yeah, it's so much fun. I'm so glad we decided to do that, all 3 of us together.
Yes.
Because it's so much more fun with a lot of people.
Yes. Right now we're doing the writing club. Who knows if we'll do the book club, but
Yeah. We're still deciding.
we're still deciding. I'm still really
Waiting
scared.
on an answer.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Tell me about it. Do you want to talk a little bit about what we're writing?
Sure, yeah. Do you want to go ahead with that?
Sure. So our club, it's not just like what do you call it? Like just out of the blue inspired writing. It's more like we're going off the list of like sentences. There's 30 sentences that we use, and it's like there's random things. Like our next story is a surprise. It's an exclamation mark and everything.
Excited.
I am too.
Excited because then so we have a story, and then we're gonna cut it off at whenever the line "surprise" is used. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I really want to make like an epic build up, so like gradually, and then it just like skyrocket.
Yeah. And then just cut it off.
Oh
Keep the people guessing. That's a word. That's a sentence I've been using so much. Keep them on their toes, or keep the crowd guessing. That's something I've used that so many times this week.
Sweden, you're really good at that.
Thank you. But yeah, this has been so much fun. I will say it's kind of hard to keep up with you guys because like you already have an idea of what you're doing, and I'm like, okay, what food am I gonna eat next? And then I remember, oh wait, I have to write a story in 30 minutes. What?
How am I gonna survive in this cracker box?
Exactly. This bread box ain't gonna last forever.
For
but
real.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing this time either. But like I said, keep them on their toes. You gotta be spontaneous.
I know.
And typically, I pull out pretty well.
I know what I'm doing.
I don't.
My first story was like horrible, and y'all's were like making me cry, and I was like, and I think I've adapted pretty well to what y'all were doing because like I could tell when Cypress like heard mine for the first time, she was like, "What is this?" Obviously not, but I was like, "Oh, they're like actually good at this." I guess I have to, and mine aren't like crazy good, but I just have a feel for what we're working with because this will be our 4th one.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Can't wait. Yeah, I love writing. Actually, if you had me pick one study out of our school, it would definitely be creative writing or grammar even, because it's just like I love creating a story where it's like you can take it however you can lead the people however you want them to be led, instead of like following a platform. I don't know. I'm kind of more of like a, ooh, look, a butterfly. Ooh, look, a butterfly. Bunny trails.
Ooh. But also, I see in both you and Cypress's writing just how you guys express yourself. And I think you express yourselves very well. And it's like, oh, there was a little tidbit of Sweden in there.
What has been the biggest theme that you think has been in my stories?
They're so different, but they're so good. I think what I really like about them is that they're so heartfelt. And, like, you feel emotion, you feel the scenery. Like, you're very good at describing things. So I think definitely just keeping the people guessing because it's always going to be fresh. It's always going to be new. Something with mine, it's like they're pretty predictable. So
No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Yours, you have been talking. I have noticed. You talk about your grandma, and it's like, it's not like you're telling people this is my grandma. It's like you're infusing a little bit of how you feel about your grandma at the moment, and I think that's really cool because it's like you're kind of like taking apart the story to find like the actual background to it in your
I
head.
love stories like that.
Yeah.
Love stories are like you'll be going through a movie the whole time and you didn't know the kid was deaf until the end.
Yeah.
I like to do that. Not necessarily keeping people on their toes, but it's just like, so for context, my grandma's not doing too hot health wise, and she's like literally one of the people I look up to most on the earth, and
yeah,
she's super special to me, and I love just being able to like incorporate. I think my favorite so far has been that I wish I would have taken the train for multiple reasons.
Really?
I think
I wonder why.
it just made me feel happy.
Yeah.
Like I know it's kind of sad, but it made me feel happy.
Yeah. I know because there's few different people in there that are actually in your life right now. That's what I thought was interesting. You're like taking real life, like you're taking your life and you're like kind of twisting it to make it look like it's the story, but this is actually your life and how you feel.
Yeah. I think Surprise is gonna be a lot like that. It's gonna be about my life, but how I want my life to be.
Yeah.
I'm really excited because when you gave me my word, I was like, "Let's go!" And when
Let's go.
I was like, "Okay, we're gonna be talking about sandalwood musk," which, if you know, you know.
For real.
For real. So wrapping up our little writing discussion, I guess for the rest of the episode, we're just gonna kind of chill.
Low-key rude.
Okay.
Can I just say, low-key, I didn't know what that meant until I met you, and you were just talking about it one day.
Yeah,
Low-key
and then your
rude.
dad told me because I said low key to him. And he was like, "Sweden says that all the time." And I was like, "Oh, I taught her that."
I know I overuse
you
it.
would say like "hear me out" or like "the audacity," and I was like, "No." It's crazy.
Don't cancel me.
Now, yeah, okay, has like seeped its way into both of our vocabularies, and it's like horrible.
I know.
It's horrible.
You said that last night. You were like, "Did you just use it? Yeah, okay." And I was like, "Did I?" It was just, it seeped through into my vocabulary.
Be real? No way, it just went off. You're lying to me. Shut up.
Freaking lying to me. Be real. You gotta do it right now. Now he's thinking about me. Oh wait, how are we gonna do this? This is gonna be
I'm gonna
special.
Okay, be real on the pod.
Dude, my be real looks so creepy. Don't really care though. Now he's thinking about me, thinking about you. Okay.
And for the last bit, before we wrap up, shut up! Don't laugh at me.
I'm sorry, I just had to. Okay. Anyway, continue.
Thank you for the permission.
You're welcome.
Whoa, okay, buddy. Calm down.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Calm down. So for the last bit, before we wrap up, we're just going to talk about how we maintain a biblical friendship, even when sometimes Sweden... I don't think you've ever made me mad. So...
Have I?
Not that I know of. I don't think we're capable... I could probably make you mad, but I don't think you can make me mad.
Wait, I've never made you mad. Like, mad enough to throw a chicken nugget against the wall. Like, chicken nuggets are valuable, man.
No. I don't think you've made me mad. You've made me laugh a bunch. Like, I've literally peed my pants while I was on the phone to you.
That was... Yeah, there's been a few times.
Except that one time when you called me over dramatic for stepping in a puddle, that made me, like, furious.
Okay. But there's a reason for that. You were, because it was like, you got so upset that you stepped in a puddle, but you had socks on. And it made me laugh so
I
much
was
because I was
perfectly
like,
calm.
girl, you could just slip the socks off. Like, socks aren't there to just be glued to her feet. And you
I
were
was
like,
perfectly
oh, I just
calm.
slipped in a puddle.
I was
Like,
perfectly
I
calm.
mean, if you slipped and fell into the puddle, I would have been like a lot more like, oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. But that was just like, I couldn't help myself but laugh because I was like, this is so sad.
That's crazy.
It's so funny.
So we've never had to like resolve a conflict.
Yeah, through like
I
biblical, like, I love you. It's okay. The Lord loves us both. He'll forgive us. It's never been like that. It's always like, well, I can't even relate to that
Just
because
like iron sharpens iron. It's like
yeah,
we're just sharpening each other constantly. And I think
yes,
the main thing is just communication. Because like we tell each other how we're feeling. Hey, I'm not feeling great right now. Like, can you pray for me?
I'm a
or
little
like,
upsetty
hey,
spaghetti.
where'd you hear that from?
Not from Sarah. Not.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Right.
Right.
I don't know, man. We're very in sync, I think, with both the spirit and each other, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And it's super cool to just have a pal accountability, I think. Just having a pal to read the Bible with you, worship with you, pray with you. It's just it's great. I'm very grateful that we've been allowed to become such great friends. And I hope that this friendship only progresses because it'll be awesome. Like 10 years from now, we have like families and stuff and be like,
I know. Can you just imagine us being old people together?
I know, like your mom.
They could not put us in a rest care home. I can tell you that.
Oh, dude, no way. We would break
Yeah,
out.
no way. I'm
break
staying
out.
home with my grandkids. You're coming over. We're gonna tell old stories about this podcast.
Anyway,
I will say, like, I always thought, like, after I stopped kind of having friends for probably half a year, I had like the stupid pleasure of saying I had no friends, and I thought I wouldn't have any friends till the day I die, unless someone just was gonna boom stroll into my life, and then all of a sudden,
oh my goodness,
2 months later,
oh my goodness, that's totally like not what happened.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally.
No, you just totally strolled into my life, and I was like, who is this person? I want to get to know her. And then we started like, were we talking on Pinterest the whole time?
It was like, we'd been writing letters, but it was like inconsistent.
It was. We'd always be like, I'm so sorry, I haven't written you back in like months. And I'm like, it's
months
okay.
later, I get a reply. Bro has the speed of like a French Canadian fur trader in like the 1800s.
Who, you or me?
Both. Both of us. For sure.
Well, the thing is I'd write a letter, I'd put it in the envelope, and then I wouldn't send it out. It would just sit there, and then I'd lose it.
I have a letter that I need to get to my cousin. I wrote it at the beginning of last month. Stop laughing at me. I wrote it at the beginning of last month, and he probably thinks I died.
Who did I thought died? Was it you?
Yes! You thought I died.
Yeah.
I get a letter from Sweden, and she's like, oh my gosh, Sarah, please tell me you didn't die. And she was like being genuinely serious, and I was like,
I'm still here.
I'm never gonna like not reply to her instantly ever again. Like, that was crazy.
That was it you? Because I feel like there's another girl that was like, no, I had several people that like that, but I was like, Sarah,
if
you cannot leave me. No, I was like, Sarah, you out of all people cannot leave me. Come back. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, come back to life.
Whoa!
Whoa! Can you just see that? Just lifting up from the ground. My life would not be the same without you.
Aw.
It wouldn't.
That's so sweet.
And like,
I don't know.
was that first memory of your brother screaming about cake was my earliest memory. But the one when I hear Sarah and like, what's your, like, when I just hear Sarah, I always think back to the memory where I actually truly met you and we actually talked, and you were like, how old were you? You were like 12, I think, and I was 13. I don't know, you were younger, and you were like, I was sitting in the pew kind of acting kind of insecure because I wasn't comfortable standing up and like raising my hand and stuff. And you were up there and you were like raising your hands, you were praising, and I'm like, who is this woman? She's young. She's like 2 years younger than me.
Discovered Kojo. That's
really?
When we came up with Oatmeal Boy.
That's right. Dang, Oatmeal Boy's come a long way.
I met him twice. I remember that was our code name for Joseph O'Brien because we thought we needed one. Oatmeal Boy. My Pinterest board for him is literally still titled Oatmeal Boy.
Wait, really? Oh my gosh. Oh, right, because I'm on that board. Oh, that's so funny.
So cool. Yes, because we did talk in the hallway. And, like, I almost tripped Alex Parkinson when he was going to the bathroom.
Oh, you did?
Because I didn't know he was blind. It was so bad. And you were like, Sarah, he can't see. And I was like,
crap.
Yeah, I remember that. I was 12.
You were? I was going to say, because if you were 12, I'd be 14. That sounds about right.
You hadn't turned 14 yet. It was in April.
Oh, so I'd have been 13, turning 14.
Yep.
And you would have been turning 13.
That's crazy.
Dang. Brother.
Goodness. That's crazy.
That is crazy. But, ever since that time, it's always inspired me because it's like whenever I started feeling insecure, and that definitely pulled me out of my little cave, my little hermit cave where I didn't want to like show that I loved the Lord because I thought everybody would be looking at me. But like every time I get insecure moment, I'd always look back at that and I'm like, that girl was 12. She didn't care who was looking at her. She just cared about the Father. And I'm like, dang. And so like every time I feel that.
I remember going and because, y'all's church is very different than like the typical church.
Yeah.
So like, not to say I don't do that at normal church, but I was like, I just remembered I'd missed that atmosphere so much. And I knew like God was going to move that night. And I remember because Alex was like praying over people and he was like, do y'all need, if anybody needs like to be filled with their like, what was it? He was like, if anybody's lacking for hunger of scripture, come forward. And I was like, you're not going to come? And you're like, I'm good. And I was like, stop lying to me. Stop lying to me. Because I had to go alone. And then finally Leoness joined me. But I was like, no way, Sweden. This girl who's supposed to be my friend just ditched me when I was like, no, girl, you haven't touched your Bible. She's dusty.
She's dusty.
Not to call you out, but I do remember that because I was like,
I left you. I do remember that now. Yeah, I was like so insecure, man. I was like, not me. That's not for me, dog. Nope.
It took guts though, and I was like, come on, man, because I thought you were so cool, and then I was like, oh, she lies.
She's
Anyway, to wrap up the episode, we can continue to talk for a little bit, but thank you so much for doing this. It was fun. It was all over the place, obviously, very last minute.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
It'll be a structured episode next time, I promise.
Yes, this was just a fun run through of life.
Yeah, just kind of catching up. So fun, man. So what do you have going on the rest of the week? Hopefully I get to see you tomorrow. At church.
Hopefully. I would love to see you tomorrow.
If I'm not a brat and Javen takes me.
Hey, Javen, you better take me.
Javen is literally our sponsor. Okay? Can we just give a shout out to my older brother, Javen?
Come on. Yeah, bravo. I don't really have anything, really. We might be going on a homeschool something trip at the end of the week on Friday, but other than that, it's really like just kind of chill. Nice. We have history tomorrow with our grandpa, so
fun.
It smells like popcorn, like for real.
My toes are so cold; they're like purple right now.
They're gonna fall off.
I'm in my garage recording because I needed a quiet place and the house is pretty loud. And it snowed. It's supposed to snow more on Thursday and Friday, which I'm like excited.
No,
but yes, it is. For
my
me anyway.
No, not again. Well, you like for all of you audio peeps, I live in a camper, a little bread loaf box, and we're on our way to building a house, but just here in my grandma's basement, not freezing my feet off. but it's still, fun.
That's
So
awesome.
fun.
Well, hopefully I get to see you tomorrow, and I'm sure we'll talk after this. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for listening to the Ladies of the Brown Table podcast, episode 4 with Sweden.
Me.
Thank you guys so much. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.